Imagine this. You create a product and for over 60 years, it keeps selling. It doesn't wear out, it doesn't expire. It just keeps working every single day. Even better, you're not just using it for yourself, but helping others make money from it too. Sounds unreal, doesn't it? But here's a hint. Think about how often you stream music on YouTube or Spotify. Now think about the people behind the music, the folks who actually own the music. They keep earning money every time that song is played. No depreciation, no wear and tear, just consistent revenue. Welcome to the world of music licensing, where owning the rights to a song can turn into a long-term money-making machine in ways you probably never imagined. Welcome to Bottom Line. I'm Radhika Bajaj. Today, we're taking a closer look at two businesses that have built their empires on this very model and how the evolution of the music industry has given the entire music licensing industry a major boost. As of 2024, the music industry is valued at 53 billion rupees and it is expected to grow at 13.4% CAGR between 2024 to 2027. Now, this is the second highest growth rate in the media industry. There was a time when this industry was actually on the decline. Back in the late 90s, music was mostly sold through physical formats, CDs, cassettes and vinyl. But by 2014, the industry had hit rock bottom. Then came streaming. Platforms like Spotify and YouTube reignited growth in the industry. Today, streaming stands as the biggest revenue driver for the global music industry, and the Indian businesses are making a fortune out of it as well. India is on the same path as well. 4 out of top 10 most subscribed YouTube channels in India are music channels. Tips Music and Saregama. Both of their revenues have been growing at a stellar rate. Now, before we delve deeper, let's try to understand both the businesses in detail. Saregama India Limited is owned by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, the same company which owns Lucknow Super Giants. In music, they hold the largest archive in India with over 150,000 tracks in 23 plus languages. They make money out of this collection via licensing it to digital platforms like YouTube, Spotify and television, and they're also selling products like Caravan. Their artist management vertical focuses on nurturing talent and maximizing their impact through brand partnerships and live events. They work with some of the most well-known influencers in the industry as well. Their business is diverse when compared to Tips Music. In fact, this creates major structure differences such as margins, efficiency and many more between the company and Tips Music. Whereas Tips Music deals in just music licensing, they are primarily focused on the creation, acquisition and monetization of audio-visual music content. Tips has a library of over 34,000 songs. In a nutshell, both make their majority of revenue through streaming. Streaming through YouTube alone forms a major chunk of both their revenue, which brings us to why you should be looking closely at these two businesses. The music and entertainment industry in India is set for significant growth and there are some key trends here. To begin with, there is paid subscriptions growth. There's been a shift from free to paid streaming services and that's accelerating with strong growth in paid OTT and YouTube channels expected to drive substantial revenue growth in the future as well. Let's also talk about short format video monetization. Platforms like YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels and TikTok are opening up new revenue streams with short form content poised to contribute up to 25% of total business. You may have noticed older songs regaining popularity in Reels or Shorts, which ultimately drives music licensing companies more money. Then there is digital advertising expansion. Digital advertising is growing at 17% annually and it has taken over every other type of advertising, with artists and influencers benefiting from increased ad revenue shares from platforms like YouTube and Spotify. There's also a boom in live events. Rising disposable incomes and demand for experiential entertainment make live events a growing sector, with successful artist tours providing long-term potential. Saregama alone, by the way, saw a 2022% jump in its revenue from the events business alone. Another factor is rising content consumption. Indian content consumption is expanding globally, especially in regional markets, with streaming platforms expected to grow rapidly in rural areas. So these are the tailwinds which are set to bring growth in the industry. Given the tailwinds, both the players are operating their business with completely different strategies. Let's take a closer look at that. Business focus and diversification. Well, Saregama is expanding beyond just music. Like we were telling you, it's building an entertainment IP ecosystem. Films, web series through multiple media houses, Yoodlee Dice Media, Filter Copy, and TV serials. It also runs live events and artist management business. Tips, on the other hand, remains focused on music. They also get music rights from their own film company, Tips Films, keeping things creatively in-house. The other difference is content acquisition strategy. Saregama takes a data-led approach. They use predictive models to pick the right songs at the right price, aggressively buying IPs, including 22 small labels in 7 languages, and they aim to own 25 to 30% of all new music in India. They are aggressively investing about 1,000 crore rupees between FY25 and FY27 to future-proof itself and regain market leadership. While Tips has changed their content acquisition strategy, now they are taking out fewer releases and only the content where they have very high conviction. Tips aims for its content expense to be approximately 28 to 30% of its revenues, as they have a hit rate of 10 to 15%. Now, before we get into the numbers, there's one key difference that sets Saregama and Tips apart: how they account their content investments. Saregama takes a split approach. Around 20% of the cost goes into marketing, which is fully expensed in the same quarter. The remaining 80% spent on acquiring content is amortized over 10 years, with 16% hitting the books in the first year alone. So in effect, about 36% of the total investment shows up in the profit and loss right away. Tips, on the other hand, writes off the entire content cost in the same quarter of the financial year. This one accounting choice creates a huge difference in how profits appear on paper. So why is the company reporting less profits on paper when they can do more? It is because the management calls it a conservative approach. Now, Tips delivered a strong 28% CAGR in sales, 70% CAGR in profits, and a massive 115% CAGR in stock price. Its return on equity stands at an impressive 71%, reflecting highly efficient capital deployment. In comparison, Saregama posted a sales CAGR of 18%, profit CAGR of 36%, and a stock price CAGR of 57%, with an ROE of 15%. Solid numbers, of course, but far behind Tips. So let's take a look at the revenues in detail. Saregama's revenue shot up by nearly 46%, from 803 crore rupees to 1,171 crore rupees. That's massive. Saregama's overall growth was driven by strong performance across most segments except for its core music division, which saw a decline in revenue. This was primarily due to the shutdown of some music platforms, which impacted licensing income. Now, its event business saw a remarkable turnaround, growing by 2,021% year-on-year to 285 crore rupees. This surge was largely driven by the success of Diljit Dosanjh's Dilluminati tour, which helped the segment move from making negative EBIT of 6.4 crore rupees to positive EBIT of 23 crore rupees, which is about 12% of net profit of the company. The management has acknowledged that this success is a positive signal for the event vertical, but they've also cautioned that such outcomes are not going to be replicable every year. Meanwhile, the video segment delivered 65% year-on-year revenue growth, reaching 191 crore rupees. However, the business continues to operate at a loss for the second consecutive year. Tips also did well, up about 29% from 241 crore rupees to 310 crore rupees. As we said before, Saregama and Tips have different content acquisition strategies. Saregama's content spending went through the roof and surged by 134% year-on-year to 543 crore rupees, while Tips is playing it cooler. Their costs rose just 20%. Now, this has made a major drift in their operating profit margin. Saregama's operating profit stood at 277 crore rupees, which was up by 11% from last year. And Tips' operating profit rose about 23% to 207 crore rupees, while its operating profit margin increased from 66% to 67%. So at the end of it, when we look at the profits, Saregama moved its profits by 3%. Tips, on the other hand, grew profits by 31%. 1%. The stark difference is majorly because of content acquisition costs. As a result, Saregama's net profit margin dropped sharply from 24.6% to 17.4%, while Tips margins moved from 52.6% to 53.6%. Now, if you look at the balance sheet of both the companies, one thing which makes their balance sheet significantly different is actually fixed assets. Saregama has fixed assets worth 835 crore rupees, while Tips has only fixed assets worth 7 crore rupees, which reflects their asset-light model. If we look at its fixed assets turnover ratio, then Tips, for every 1 rupee in fixed assets, Tips generates about 47 rupees in revenue. Saregama, for every 1 rupee in fixed assets, it generates 1 rupee in revenue. Now let's move to the cash flow statement. Saregama's cash from operating activities jumped to 331 crore rupees, a 255% increase from last year. This improvement suggests better working capital management and improved collections, while Tips cash from operations declined by 48.5% year-on-year to 120 crore rupees from FY25. Now, as per management commentary, this was due to timing differences in payments. Some inflows that were received early last year were received after the end of FY25 this time. In short, to sum up the financials, Saregama is expanding fast, while Tips is staying focused and efficient. And this brings us to comparing the valuation of both companies. Market values Tips and Saregama almost at the same valuation. Tips trades at 50 times earnings, while Saregama trades at 46 times earnings. And the market might be giving slightly higher premium valuation to Tips Music because of its conservative approach and its focus on their core business. Tips is following an asset-light model which helps them make superior net profit margins, resulting in higher ROE and return on capital employed. Overall, better efficiency. Now, Tips has an ROE of 82 compared to Saregama's 46.7, a clear sign that their cautious approach to content acquisition is paying off. Even though Saregama's revenue from its music segment declined, Tips managed to grow in the same line of business. While Saregama is yet to prove their other segments, its video content segment has been in loss for the past 2 years, and the company has been able to generate better free cash flows when compared to their revenue, which makes our point even more clearer why Tips is trading at a premium. So in conclusion, while Saregama is going all in on building a diversified entertainment empire, Tips is staying focused, sticking to music and doing it with solid profits. For now, Tips has the edge, but with Saregama's big bets on content and new segments, the real story is still unfolding. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below. And thanks for tuning in to Bottom Line by Grow.